Hello mga kababayan, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Laruan ni Obi-Wan. So just recently, I reviewed this Batman Future State. And I was looking at it this afternoon and the design somehow felt a little bit similar. So I took out one of my action figures on my collection and let's revisit the DC Universe Batman Arkham Knight action figure by Mcfarlane Toys. So just an update with regards to what I did to this action figure after basically reviewing the figure out of the box. So I was thinking of how to liven up the figure. So I thought of adding a little bit of yellow paint to the edges of the bat symbol. And by doing so, it quite livened up the front fascia of the figure instead of having a very drab figure in gray and black. So the similarities between these two action figures by Mcfarlane Toys, both of them would be armored Batman action figures. So this is from the game, this is from the comics. With regards to the design similarities, they would share, as you could take a look, share the same kind of belt. Of course, this is going to be a different design belt, but with regards to the pouches that are assigned to the belts, we have 4 pouches on this Batman, we have 4 pouches on this Batman, we have capsules on the front of the belt, we also have capsules on the front of the belt. And as to armor plating, we have full armor plating for the front, full armor plating for the front, armor plating on the thighs and the legs and the shins, and the same goes with these other future state action figure. With regards to material, they also have same soft rubbery goods on the shoulder, ball of the shoulder. And with regards to problems with this soft rubber padding or shoulder armor, when you move those shoulders, sometimes it would impede articulation on the action figure. But it's nothing that you could possibly just do a simple remedy by just lifting up those armor plates and moving up the arms to a certain level. Now with regards to the capes, both have low flowing capes. So low flowing, they almost touch the ground, and with regards to the flow, look at the design of the back of the capes. So the capes would really fall just on the back of the figure. It doesn't drape on the shoulders. So the same with this action figure. So I guess that's the similarity between these two. Now I would just like to revisit this other action figure because I think that this is one of the most articulated earlier Mcfarlane action figures that I have encountered. So that is the reason why that this action figure is still part of my collection. I still haven't sold this off on eBay. So for a number of years that this stayed in my collection, this has been staying with me already for a year and would be staying on the years after that because I like the design of this action figure. Now, what I like about this action figure is the points of articulation, especially on the head area, because look at how crazy poseable that head is. Compared to other action figures produced by Mcfarlane at present, we don't have that much articulation on the head area, especially for tilts, especially looking up and looking down. So that is the thing that when I reviewed this action figure, they have the same articulation points, but this would be a better articulating figure on the head area. Now, what this figure lacks in the body area would be a diaphragm cut for crunches. It doesn't have that. So this is a whole piece of chunky plastic with no articulation point. Now, the articulation point would be on the waistline. So the ball would be on the waistline, allowing for this kind of motion. So what it lacks in the diaphragm area, it makes a compromise or adjustment on the waistline. So we have that much of articulation on the waistline, which allows for really nice articulated poses or dramatic poses for toy photography. So I guess the only gripe that I have with this action figure would be on the elbow area. So once you bend those elbows, the cut would just not be right, breaking the total design or the anatomical structure of the bend. So you really know that this is not human-like, it's really a toy. But what we wish for in action figures is that human-like appeal. But we just have to really, since it is double jointed, just have to move the other joint system to allow for a cleaner break on that elbow. But even if we have that ugly break, look at how much articulation it allows for the front. So by doing this, we don't expose that side, and for toy photography, that is still okay. So the bend on the elbows actually was just my first gripe with this action figure. So there is still another gripe that I have with it. So when you take a look at the length of the arms within relation to the overall proportions of the body, you would really know that the arms are quite lengthy. But that is because this belongs to one of the earliest designs by Mcfarlane toys, which the ball connection of the hands to the forearms were really not that deep. So that connection just lengthens the overall length of the arm. But newer produced action figures by Mcfarlane Toys, they already have adapted to a newer design structure wherein even if we still have that ball connection point for the forearm and the hands, as you could see, the length is already okay with this BatMan future state. But with this older figure, this year-old action figure, you would really note that the ball on the hand area is just exposed, and the connection is not way too deep between the forearm and the hands, making the overall length of the arms on this action figure really long. But you could remedy this kind of length situation by just swapping off handsets from another action figure that you have in your lot. So for example, if you still have another action figure, Mcfarlane action figure with extra handsets, just like this, so you could just easily take those off and apply these handsets. So instead of accessory holding hands, just apply fists, and the fist would actually reduce the length of the arms by about 2.5 centimeters. So that is already an easy fix. The last item that I would like to mention in the review of this action figure would be the gadgets that it comes with, or the accessories. So the most common, but the thing that we really expect would be a batarang. So the batarang specific specifically designed for the game is with these action figures. So as you could see, that is the right batarang. We have the explosive gel gun, and the last accessory, actually the most useless accessory in the bunch, would be this remote electrical charge. But for a earlier released action figure, this Batman comes loaded with accessories, which the newer action figures produced by Mcfarlane Toys would include just a stand, a card, and one batarang. But these older versions, we have 3 accessories, a great looking action figure, specially designed to the game, although we have of course still certain flaws but could be remedied, but the articulation points are great. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next review.